Hello and welcome. It is the 22nd annual Garden State Film Festival. This year there will be 200 films from over 14 countries screening the weekend of March 21st to the 24th of this year. I'm your host, Emily DeSimone, and I am here with director-writer Nick Wilkinson of the short The Fast Track program. Nick, thank you so much for joining me. I would love to have you tell our viewers a little bit about your film.
So the Fast Track program is a satire. It's a very sarcastic look at corporate politics and career training, coaching buzzwords, and it follows an ambitious executive as they join a company, see an opportunity to expand their career, and then following the advice of the training program, move through the ranks and then break the glass ceiling to become the CEO.
And what inspired your writing for this?
So I've spent most of my earlier career in large-scale organizations. That's, as you can tell from my accent, I'm not originally from New Jersey or even Delaware. I'm from England, and I worked for a large multinational company. And while I was there, I would make little anecdotes to myself of amusing things I'd seen, or silly bits of behavior, or hubris, or hypocrisy, and those kind of things. I didn't really think very much of it as I was doing it. It was more to kind of relieve stress and entertain myself. But then, encouraged by the friend and who became the producer of this film, Lisa Black, I actually turned that into initially into a novel. And then we started looking to create a TV series around that work, and a second novel that I'd done. And the Fast Track program is a very, very condensed version of that. We wanted to kind of road test the characters a little bit, see if people resonated to the characters, if my very acerbic sense of humor kind of translated into something that people could enjoy. And that's why we went ahead and did the Fast Track. It's, as I say, it's a very, very condensed version of about 600 pages of prose.
Well, thank you for joining me at what must be midnight, 1 a.m. for you?
No, I'm not in England now. I've lived in America for 25 years or so. I'm home in Wilmington, Delaware. So yeah.
Okay, my apologies. But
Yeah, for
this
sure, if it was just gone midnight, I wouldn't be looking quite this chirpy. I can guarantee.
Neither would I.
No.
So this is a bit of a proof of concept, then you would say.
Yes, it was. It was, as I say, to test out the characters and how they played out. It was also to work with a local talent from both the cast and the crew side. Everyone involved came from certainly the East Coast. Many people from Jersey, some people from Delaware, some people from Pennsylvania, a couple of people from Maryland. So we assembled a very regional group. And it was good to kind of work with them, very different levels of experience and background, but fantastic team of collaborators that we worked with. And it was also, for me, I've written several other things and looking to direct them. I'm looking to direct them. But they're larger projects, full-on features with big budgets. And this was, again, a bit of a road test for me to test out my directing prowess and capabilities. So it was all kinds of proof of concepts in lots of different ways, and it seems the reaction we've had so far to the film has been very positive. So it seems to have worked out pretty well. So I'm very proud.
Nice. Congratulations on being accepted into the Garden State Film Festival with your short. So you're saying that this was a bit of a testing for your directing and your writing. So what would you say the process was like for you then?
So the writing is a very different. The writing of a book, a novel, is a very different experience to writing of a screenplay. I think for the uninitiated, they do sound like they must be fairly similar things. You know, you have some ideas and you write some stuff, but the writing of the books was a much more longer process. Obviously, there's a lot more to them, and you have to write a lot more detail, because in a book you have to give all the information to the reader, whereas with a film, obviously the cinematographer and the costume designer and the production designer, they contribute to the impression for the viewer. So it's a different kind of skill set between the two. the beauty of this thing, though, we decided to make it in probably mid-January, and by the second weekend in February, we'd shot it. Now, it then took another month or so to do the post on it, but the speed at which we went from having the idea, I quickly did the first pass of the script, got some notes, got some feedback from the main cast members, tweaked it a bit, prepared an alternative version in case it rained, which it did, which we had to use that version, and we were off. We were off to the races. So it was a fabulous experience. Yeah, I have to say I was extremely lucky with the people that I was surrounded by. As I mentioned, Lisa is a very experienced producer, and she assembled a great team. Beatrice, who was the first AD and the line producer, was very disciplined and got everything organized. And I had a fantastic DOP, Luca Fantini. And so that really helped. Then the acting was great. I was delighted yesterday to see that both my leading lady and my leading supporting man were nominated as the best in short films for the Garden State Film Festival. So that was a real thrill. And the whole ensemble cast was nominated too, which a little, not quite a spoiler alert, but a hint, that also includes me, because the hand in the black glove, that's mine. So I think it included in the ensemble cast nomination.
Well, you wouldn't be the first director to make cameos in his own films, but so
Yeah.
I understand you had said so the book was about 600 pages. I can completely understand that taking quite a bit more time than a screenplay and then putting it on screen. And it sounds like you have a wonderful relationship that you're putting together, you're building with this crew that you've worked with. Where did you find them?
My producer and I have been friends for a long time. Actually, through connections through our children went to school together, and then we kind of got to know one another through that way. And then various other collaborators. Actually, the lead actor, Wally Mazzano-Lazenvich, he has been has exhibited at the Garden State Film Festival in his own right a couple of times, and Lisa's most recent feature, The Birdcatcher, was at the film festival a couple of years ago. So there's quite an experience set there, and a camaraderie with that crew, and a connection with the festival. So we had plenty of New Jersey influence on the production.
And that is how you found the Garden State Film Festival. Is that correct? Or?
Yeah, so like there's probably, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of film festivals that you can choose to enter into, and we went through and we picked out the ones that we had some personal connection with. As I say, several members of the cast and crew are from Jersey. We've also applied for ones back in places in England where I lived, just because I had some affinity with them. I lived in Washington, D.C. for a while, so we put it in for ones there. So we didn't just choose places where we'd turn up and not know anybody and nothing about the locality and whatever. We wanted things that we had some affinity with, and also where we could show the film to people that is going to come and support it and see it, because you want an audience for these things, obviously.
Well, I would definitely say that the Garden State Film Festival has a very open and welcoming persona or aura
Yeah.
about it. I've heard wonderful things from filmmakers that have submitted, as well as having worked in it a couple of years myself. I've definitely been so pleased to be included and to get to come back myself, even just
Yeah.
working behind the scenes.
Me
So what?
too. This will be my third or fourth visit. The first time with something that I'm responsible for, but supporting other people, and then just as someone interested in the films. It is a great event, and nice to go to Asbury Park. One day I'm hopeful I'll bump into Bruce Springsteen while I'm up there, but that would fulfill all my wishes, would come true at that point.
And so what does it mean for you now that you've been here for 3, 4 years and now you've submitted something and been accepted? What is it like for you to have been accepted into the Garden State Film Festival?
I'm absolutely delighted, and very excited about it. And we're coming en masse from a lot of us from production, and other friends and family are coming to the festival, spending a long weekend there. So yeah, very excited to absorb it all. like anyone with something that I'm sure all the filmmakers, there's also that little bit of how the audience going to react. Are they going to get it? Are they going to like it? There's that 2% of a little bit, but generally absolutely thrilled to be there. Look, let's hope by the end of March, or towards the end of March, we're looking at some nice weather and not impending snowstorm as we are today.
Yes, I hope so as well. And you know what? With all of those Best Actor and Best Ensemble nominations, I am sure that with us already loving your film so much, the audience has no choice but to love it.
Oh,
So
thank
thank
you.
you so much. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me, Nick. Everyone, you can check out the Fast Track program at the Cranford Theater Saturday, March 23rd during the 12 p.m. to 2:15 p.m. block. Nick, I do hope to see you at the Garden State Film Festival this year, where there are 200 films screening across 8 venues, including hosting parties, panels, events, and more. Guys, you can get your tickets at the gardenstatefilmfestival.org, gsff.org/tickets. I'm your host, Emily DeSimone, and thank you so much for joining us. Have a good one, Nick.
Thanks, Emily. Bye-bye.